procrastinators are getting a little extra time to get their taxes done this year, and you can thank the calendar for that.
That's right. So since April 15th falls on a Saturday and a Monday is Emancipation Day, which observes the day slavery ended in Washington, D.C., the deadline for filing this year is actually Tuesday, April 18th. However, some New Yorkers don't have to file until next month. So here to explain all of that with critical information and some last-minute filing tips, a CPA and tax troubleshooter, Martin Davidoff. So, Martin, good to see you this morning. What an exciting topic.
Yay! Taxes!
Great to be here.
No,
Yes.
We're so happy to have you on.
So the IRS says it received about 90 million tax returns as of March 30th, right? That means, David, an estimated 70 million people have yet to file guilty. So do you find that a majority of people actually wait until those final weeks because of their procrastinations? And what's the reason?
Well, like anything else, it's procrastination. People just, put things off to the last minute. But there are, people don't keep records during the year. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the year, they're putting them all together and they're rushing. One of the advices I give to small businesses, keep your records as you're going through the year. So at the end, there's not much to do. And finally, for people who are in investments, they're waiting for K-1s. They're waiting for basically their share of their income from their various investments. So that's why the IRS has the ability to file an extension for your time to file, but not for your time to pay.
I see. Of course not. Not the time to pay. So just explain, though, why is it that some New Yorkers have until next month to file their taxes? And what proof will they need to qualify for that extension?
All right. Well, basically, the IRS is very compassionate about disasters. So last December, there were some storms. And people in Suffolk County, Genesee, Niagara, St. Lawrence, and Erie all have till May 15th to file and pay. And all you have to do is have your address from your home on the return. You don't have to do anything else. If you have the address in one of those counties, the IRS will automatically provide you the extension. However, if you think you're going to need beyond May 15th, I would suggest you still file the extension request by Tuesday, April 18th. So that you have it in there for 6 months.
Yeah, and your accountant, if you have one, could do that extension for you, right?
Your accountant can do it. You can also go right online. If you have an accountant, you should go through your accountant.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there might be two of them filed.
Gotcha.
You also can go online to irs.gov and file an e-file. Or if you make a payment toward your extension through the direct pay on irs.gov, you'll automatically get an extension.
Oh, okay. So this year's tax returns, though, they could be smaller than previous years, and more people may actually owe taxes. So why is that?
Ugh.
Well, the big thing for people with children is that the child tax credit went down from $3,000 to $3,600 range down to $2,000. So people are losing $1,000 to $1,600 on that. The above the line charitable contribution that they have during COVID, that's gone. It was $300 to $600 deduction. And then if the thresholds for paying on Social Security taxes for self-employed are higher. So those are a few of the items. On the other hand, people get the benefit of wider tax ranges due to indexing, which the federal government does. And unfortunately, other states like New York and New Jersey do not do that.
Okay, we have about a minute left. So what are some of the key steps you would say that someone should take if they owe?
If you owe money, you can ask for an installment agreement with a Form 9465 that you attach to the return. You have the option of getting into an installment agreement right online. Also, you can go online and do an option, get an agreement. You can wait for that first notice to come. I would tell people, though, file on time because there's a 5% per month penalty for filing late. So I ask people, don't get frozen and say, oh, I owe money, I shouldn't file. You should file to minimize penalties. Even so, you can get into partial pay installment agreements, full pay installment agreements, even if you owe a lot of money and are in a situation where you can't, there are offers and compromise. But for most people, you can get it very easily into a payment agreement either through the Form 9465 or by going online to the online payment assistant on irs.gov.
All right, great. Great reminders and great advice. Martin Davidoff, thanks again for being with us this morning with all these tax tips.
Great to be here. Thank you very much.
All right,